Hello and welcome to More Math Homework Help. I am Miss Moore and I am here to help you with your math homework. So every Tuesday I am here at 7:30ish to help you with your math homework. All you have to do is click the link in my bio, submit your homework questions, then you can join me live, get the help you need, and be on your way. All right. So we have a guest that we're going to help tonight. All right. So tonight we're going to be working with functions, input and output. So let's start. I'm going to give you, first we're going to describe the pattern. And then, so here's the input. So the input is usually X. Anytime they say input, they just mean the X value. And that means the output is what?
Y.
Good. All right. So we have 1 to 2. So I'm doing something to the input, and then out comes the output. So this goes into the machine. The 3 goes into the machine, and then it comes out as a 14. So we got to figure out what this pattern is. If I put a 4 in there, a 5 in there, okay? I'm going to back it up a little bit. A 6 in there. What is it going to come out as? Okay. So tell me what you already know. How would you solve a problem like this?
They're going up by 1.
They're going, what's going up by 1?
The X's.
Good. So our input, we see we're going from 1 to 2. That's plus 1, 2 to 3, right? We keep going up by 1. What else do you notice?
The Y's are going up by 6.
Good. Okay. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. That means what should this next Y be?
20.
Good. Because 14 plus 6 is 20. What about the next one?
26.
Good. And the next one?
32.
Excellent. Okay. So we fill that in. Now, tell me what the pattern is. If we had to create an equation off of this, what would the pattern be? I mean, what would the equation be?
That's the part I need help on.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So this is similar to slope. Remember with slope where it's y equals mx plus b?
Yeah.
Okay. So to get slope, well, first tell me this. Did you ever learn this method where you take the 2 y's, subtract it, and take the 2 x's and subtract it to get the slope?
I don't think so.
Okay. So to find the slope, we find the difference between the y's, and that goes on top. So you already did that, right? You found that the y was 6. So that would go on top. That would be like our numerator. And then you would find the difference between the x's, which you already told me is 1. So 6 over 1 is just what?
6.
6. So your slope is 6. So it's y equals 6x. So the first thing we're doing is multiplying 1. So let's say we're starting with the first x. We multiply it by 6. And 1 times 6 is what?
6.
Okay. Now, what did we do to this 6 to now get down to 2?
Divide it.
We could divide it, or what else?
Subtract.
Okay, subtract it by
4.
4. Okay, so we have 2 options. We could have either, well, actually, no. It's either going to be adding or subtracting, because watch this. We have our slope. We just need to find our b. Okay, so let's try it. 2 times 6 is what?
12.
12. All right, let's see if we minus 4, what do we get? -12 minus 4.
Eight.
Yep. Okay, which is what we had, right? We put the 2 in and out came 8. So if you see again, 3 times 6 is 18, minus 4, isn't that 14? So this is our equation. So you actually got the hard part. You figured out what the difference was between the y's, which was 6. You figured out the difference between the x. You just had to put it all together. So it's y divided by x, okay? And then once you know what you're doing to the x, then it's really easy to find that b, because then you say, okay, well, I multiplied by 6. Now, how did I get from 6 to 2? You're either going to add something or you're going to subtract something, okay?
How'd you get 4?
Okay, because great question. All right, so let me back up. Okay, so I knew so we said 6, right? We're multiplying x by 6. You understand how we did the slope? We found 6 and we found 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how we got 6. So we said, okay, y is 6 times x, but there must be something else going on, because let's take 3. If I do 3 times 6, I'm going to get 18. But this says, I'll use pink, this says I'm supposed to get 14. So how did I go from 18 to 14? How did I go from 18 to 14? Did I add something? If I start at 18 and I'm at 4 and I'm
Subtract.
now at 14. Right. We subtracted something to get down to 14, right? So what is 18 minus 14? 8 minus 4. Say it again.
4.
Good. 4. Okay. So that's how we got the minus 4. And then we did another one just to make sure that we had it right. So we said, all right, well, let's try a 4. 4 times 6. What's 4 times 6?
24.
Okay. I went from 24 to 20. You see that? When I input that 4, out comes 20. Not 24, 20. So what did I do? Did I go down or up to get from 24 to 20? Did I go down or up?
Down.
Down, right? We subtracted. And how much did we subtract?
4.
Yeah. Okay. So it seems like we multiply by 6 and then we subtract 4. Okay. So let's do some more so that you can get the hang of it. All right. So here's our input. I'm just going to put X, and our output. I'm doing great. Okay. So we have 1, -3, 2, 2, 3, 7, and then they want us to find 4, 5, and 6. So again, we have a machine. We put a 1 into the machine and out comes -3. We put a 2 into the machine and out comes 2. Put a 3 into the machine and out comes 7. Okay, what do you notice about the X's?
They're going up by 1.
Good. They're increasing by 1. Okay, now what do you notice about the Y's?
They're increasing by 5.
Good. And it's easier to start with the positive numbers, because trying to subtract negatives is just a lot easier to do mental math. So we see that we added 5 here, and just double check. negative 3 plus 5, we are going to get to positive 2. Okay, so the y's are going up by 5. Okay, so we have 5, and then what do I put on the bottom? So what's happening to my x's?
12.
So where did I get 5 from? That was the difference between the y's, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the difference between the x's?
Addition. 1.
1. Okay, so we subtracted the 2 y's, and I'm going to just call it. So we took 2 y's and realized that it was going up by 5, right? So let's use these positive numbers. So we took 7 minus 2 and realized it was 5. And then we also took 3 minus 2 and realized it was 1, right? So what's my slope? 5 over 1 is just
5.
good. Okay, so we go to this equation, y equals mx plus b. I have my m now. I'm doing 5 times x. Now let's see if that's all we're doing. Okay, it doesn't look like it, but let's just check. All right, so I'm going to get rid of some of this so that you can focus. All right. First, let's fill in the numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then here we go. Plus 5. All right. So we have that m equals 5. Now, what's the next one? So we have negative 3, 2, and 7. What's after that? If I'm going up by 5.
12.
Good. Okay, increase it by 5. What's the next one?
17.
Good. And then we're going to add 5 again.
22.
Excellent. Okay. So it seems like you're getting that part in terms of finding the pattern, right? That it's going up by 5. Right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So now let's plug it in. If we're saying that we multiply x by 5 because we went up, our y, we went up by 5, and our x, we went up by 1, right? So our slope was our y's divided by x, which is 5 over 1, or just 5, okay? So that's how we got this 5x. Now, let's plug in an x. Let's plug in 3. So y equals 5 times 3. What's 5 times 3?
15.
Good. Okay. But when I just do 5 times 3 here, I get 15. What did it say that I should get when I plug in this 3? What should my y be? So here's the input, x, and here's the output. So I put the 3, okay? You see the 3 on the input that's circled?
Yeah.
Okay. So I put in 3, and what does the output say?
7.
7. Okay. Now, I didn't get 7. I got 15. So I after I multiplied it by 5, what did I do to 15 to get 7? Well, I know I didn't add anything, right? Because it would be much bigger than 7. So I must have subtracted something. So 15 minus something equals 7. What is 15 minus 7?
8.
Mm-hmm. So let's see if this is correct. Let's see if this equation works for every one of these. So I multiply each of them by 5, and then I subtract 8. So let's take another one. Let's take this 4 right here. So 5 times 4. It's more. What are you doing? Okay. 5 times 4 minus 8. Let's see if we're going to get 12. What is 5 times 4? Oops.
20.
20. Okay. So 5 times 4 is 20. And 20 minus 8. What are we going to get?
12.
Say it again.
12.
Good. 12. Okay. So we got what we wanted, right? 12 should have been our output. Try another one. 2. Because this 2, we put it in, it's 2, and then we take it out, it's 2. Let's see if it works with our equation. So our original equation is this. Instead of x, I'm going to put 2. What is 5 times 2?
10.
And what's 10 minus 8?
2.
2. Okay, that's how we got y equals 2. So when x equals 2, y is 2. You see it?
Yeah.
Are you starting to understand like how we're getting that second number?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it again. So here's the input. Okay, x, y. Oh, sorry. Let me make sure this is going to work. Okay. Okay. 0, 0, 1, 4, 2, 8, and 3, 12. All right. So tell me what you notice.
The x's are going up by 1.
Good. And what about the y?
They're going up by 4.
Yeah, each of these y's are increasing by 4. Okay, so we're going to do y over x. Okay, we're going to take this 4 and put it over
1.
good. Okay, and now our slope is
4.
yeah. All right, so far we have our slope. All right, let's see if there's anything else we need to do. So give me one of these x's, anyone.
2.
2. All right. So instead of x, I'm going to put 2. What is 4 times 2?
8.
Okay. So let's look at, we put in 2. Let me use a different color. So we put in 2, and this is our output. So we're done. There's nothing else that needs to be done. There's no b that needs to be added because look, our y-intercept is the origin, 0.00. So we're done. It's just y equals 4x. We're already at 8. If this was a 7, okay, pretend we put this in and it came out 7, right? But we wanted it to come out 8. What will we have to do to that 7 to get 8?
Add 1.
Yeah. Okay. So you're really just finding out, once you have your slope, you're just really subtracting whatever they say the output should be. You're going to subtract to figure out what the y-intercept is. Okay, let's do it again. All right, we have x, y, 1, 8, 2, 9, 3, 10, 4. 11. All right, tell me the what you notice.
X's are adding by 1.
Okay.
And
What
the
else?
Y's are adding by 1.
Okay. So tell me what my slope is.
1 over 1.
Good, which is
1.
good. So far we have y equals x now, or 1x, right? So our normal slope formula is y equals mx plus b. Obviously, if I'm looking at this, I can already see that I'm not going to be able to just stop at y equals x. If that was true, then if I put in 1, I should get out 1. If I put in 2, I should get out 2. And that's not what's happening. So I put in 1. So let's choose 1 for x. And my output is 8. So what did I do? Did I add or subtract something to get 8?
Subtract.
So I'm starting at 1. And then out comes
add.
Yeah, we added, right? And how much did we add?
7.
Good. We added 7. Okay. So it's y equals x plus 7. But let's just double check to make sure that works. So if it really is y equals x plus 7, I'm going to plug in a 2. And I'm going to add 7. Is my answer 9?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So now I know I have it right. Okay. So once you have your slope, you're looking to see, okay, well, what did I do? I started at 1, I input that 1, and out comes 8. So I either added something or subtracted something. Okay. Once you have your slope is the only thing that gets multiplied to x. Everything else is either going to be adding or subtracting. Okay. And we can see if we go from 1 to 8 that we added. All right, let's keep going. And stop me if you have any questions, okay? I want to make sure you get this.
Okay.
You seem to get the slope, which is great. So we have 1, 0, 3, -2, 5, -4, 7, and I want you to predict what the next one will be. All right, so tell me. Oops. Okay. What do you get?
The x's are adding by 2 and the y's are adding by -2.
Very nice. By -2. Okay. Okay. So what do we put for our slope?
-2/2.
Okay, which equals
-1.
good. Okay. So I have y equals mx plus b. So far, I have y equals -x, either plus or minus something. We don't know. All right. So let's plug in an x. Give me, well, first of all, finish the pattern. So what do we have? So if on the y's we're adding -2, what should the next one be?
-6 is -8.
Excellent. Okay. So now, give me any of these x's.
3.
All right. So let's do 3. If I input 3, my output should be -2. So let's see. So I'm looking to get a -2. So I input 3. This was a -x, so it's going to say -3. And I'm doing something. Either I'm adding or I'm subtracting to get -2. Okay. So what did I do to get -2? If I start at -3, think of like the number line. To go from -3 to -2, what did I do?
Subtract 1.
Okay, if I subtract 1, I'm going down this way.
Add 1.
Okay, so I'm adding 1. Okay, we jumped up 1. And -3 plus 1 is -2. So let's see if that works. If I add a plus 1, okay, let's pick another number like 7. Okay, this says that I should get, when I input this 7, out comes -6. So let's see. So I'm going to do -7 plus 1. 7 minus 1?
6.
6. And there is more negatives than positive. So it is -6. Okay, so you see how that works?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's keep going. Okay, next one. Okay, how are you with, let me give you one. Okay. So the output is half of the input. The output is half of the input. So what's the output? What letter represents the output?
Y.
Y. Okay, is means what?
Equals.
Yep. Okay, half, we write it as half. And the half of the input, what's the input?
X.
Yeah, that's it. So we literally are just following the words. The output, Y, is equals half of the input, half of X. You see it?
Yeah.
How are you with these? Do you want to go over this or do more in more of the tables?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good with these?
Yeah.
Okay. So do the tables?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just pulling up more examples for you. Okay. Let's try it. So we have 15 to 11, 10 to 6. Okay. 5 to 1. All right. So tell me, what do you notice first?
The X's are subtracting 5 and the Y's are subtracting 5.
Good. Okay. So what's my slope?
-5 over -5.
Good. Which equals
1.
1. All right. So we have y equals x. All right. So I put in a 10 and out comes 6. I plug in a 10, but out comes 6. So what did I do? If I start at 10, but then I end up at 6, how did I get from 10 to 6?
You subtracted 4.
Good. Okay, now let's see if that works for all of these. So I put in 5. I subtract 4, and 5 minus 4 is
1.
good. That's what we wanted. Try 15. I put in 15. I subtract 4. 15 minus 4.
11.
You see it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Let's do another one.
Mommy?
Okay. X and Y. Okay, 4, 6. Okay. So tell me, just walk me through it. So we're writing an equation for this. Tell me what you're going to do.
The X's are adding 2 and the Y's are adding 4.
Good. So what is my slope?
4 over 2.
Good. Which equals
2.
good. So again, we have y equals mx plus b. So we have y equals 2x. All right. So to get from, so let's choose x. Give me any x.
6.
Okay. So 2 times 6 is what?
12.
Okay. All right. So what is, so we take this, and what's 14 minus 12?
2.
2. So we added 2 to get 14. Let's try it again. Let's just make sure we're correct. Give me another x.
8.
Okay. So instead of x, I'm going to put 8. So 2 times 8 is
16,
what? And 16 plus 2?
18.
18, which is what we wanted. Nice job. All right, I'm going to have you do the next two all by yourself. So I can make sure you really got it. Okay. Okay. Okay, so first I want you to fill in the table, and then I want you to tell me what the equation should be. So first tell me what the next two should say for the output.
Um, 17 and 22.
Good. All right, now what?
The x's are going up by 5 and the y's are going up by 5.
Good.
So that's 5 over 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's 1.
Okay, what do I do with it?
I mean, m equals 1.
Good.
X.
Okay.
And then you put m equals 1 times 16.
So it's not m equals, our slope is m, but for the equation,
Y?
good. Y equals 1 times, you said 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's y equals 16.
Okay. And then what?
Um,
Okay. That's fine. So we're supposed to get 7, right? I go from 16 and I get all the way down to 7. So we need to take these two and subtract it. Okay. So what's 16 minus 7?
9.
9. Okay. So we subtracted 9 to get 7. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. What if it was, instead of 7, it said 19? So I went from 16 to 19. Okay. Again, subtract. 19 minus 16 is what?
3.
Good. But because I started at a low number and I went up, then it's a plus 3. Okay. So it would have been y equals x plus 3, but here it's y equals x minus 9. Okay. And check your work. Plug in another one. See if y equals x minus 9 does work. Give me another one.
21.
Okay. So 21 minus 9
2.
Okay, we borrow.
12.
There you go. All right. Nice. Okay, so y equals x minus 9 does work. All right, so what you're going to do is once you find the slope, okay, and you plug in that first number. So we plugged in 16, right?
Yeah.
And we got And we got 16. We plugged in 16 and we said, well, I'm supposed to get 7. So just take it and subtract. Okay. Again, if you were supposed to get 12, then again, you would do 16 minus 12. And you'd say, oh, it's minus 4. In this case, it was minus 9. Okay. If it's a bigger number that you're supposed to get, just take that number and do bigger minus smaller. Okay. So we added 3. So whatever number you get here, you're going to subtract it with the output. Okay, that's an easier way of helping you get it. Okay, so whatever number, once you have your slope and you choose an x, whatever number you put here, you subtract it from whatever they said y is going to be. So let's do it again so that I can make sure you get what I'm saying. Okay. Here's another one. Okay. Okay, I want you to tell me what 6 and 7 should be.
They're going up by 1.
Okay, we're going up by 1. Oh, on the x, okay.
And then on the y's, it's going up by 2.
Good. All right, so now tell me what the next 2 should be on the y side for the outputs.
14 and 16.
Okay, 14 and 16. Good. All right, keep going. What's my slope?
2 over 1.
Which equals
2.
Good. All right. So now we're going to do y equals mx plus b. Okay. Now we have 2x instead of m. So now give me a x.
4.
4. All right. So let's take 4. Instead of x, we're going to put 4. Two times 4.
8.
8. Okay. So let's figure out what this b is, because when I plugged in 4, what did they say my y should be? Look at the table. What should my y be when I plug in 4?
Oh, 10.
10. Okay. Now solve for b. What am I going to do to both sides? This is just a regular equation, right? 8 plus b equals 10. So how do I get rid of this 8?
Subtract.
Yeah. Okay, we subtract 8 from both sides. I figured out an easier way to teach it, just to have you solve for B. Okay, so 10 minus 8 is
2.
2. All right, so now it's just y equals 2x plus 2. Okay, let's do that from now on because I think it's gonna really make this like super easy for you. I was leaving off the plus b before, and I think that's what was confusing you in the y equals mx plus b. But if we solve for b now, it'll make it really easy for you to figure out what b equals. Okay, so let's keep going. So I have x and y. Okay, 3. Okay. Okay. And give me 7 and 8. Okay. Let me pull this up a little bit. All right. Tell me what to do.
The x's are adding by 1, and the y's
Good.
are adding by 3.
Good.
And that's y. M equals 3 over 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 3.
Good.
And then y equals 3x plus b.
Good. Okay.
And then y equals 3 times 4 plus b.
Okay. So what's y when x is 4? Because you can plug that in right away. When x is 4, what's your y?
11.
Yeah. Okay. So keep going.
11 equals 12 plus b.
Good.
And then subtract 12 from both sides.
Excellent. See how much easier this is if we include the b.
And then negative 1 equals b.
Good. Okay. So how do I write that?
Y equals 3x plus negative 1 minus 3.
Good.
Minus 1.
Yeah. So we could just do -1. If you put plus -1, that would still technically be correct. But we usually say -1. Okay. Was that a lot easier?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. All right. We have another guest on the line, but I'm going to give you one more to do. And then I'm going to bring our guest on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Y equals. Okay. Oops, sorry. So here is our x and our y. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then okay. So I want you to, while we take the next guess, I want you to solve and tell me what the equation is. Okay. So I'm going to pull you out of here. And then I want you to tell me what the next equation is. Okay.
Okay.
what the equation for this line is. Okay. So write this down on your paper so that I have it. Okay. So that
I
you
did.
have it. All right, cool. All righty. All right. So we have a guest now. So I'm going to take a quick break while I interact with my guest, and then we will be right back. Okay. All right, hello, and we are back for more math homework help. So I am ready for guest number 2, and we are going to be talking about partial quotients. All right, so let me get my board ready. And okay, hello, guest number 2.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so I want you to tell me what you already know. Okay, so I want to get a feel for what you know and then how I can help you. All right, so tell me, how would you solve a problem like this?
What would you do? You will do multiplication to the full end to get to close to 872.
Good. So give
Okay.
me some numbers.
Mm. Mm.
Give her some numbers. It's okay. We're learning.
Yeah, you're doing good.
200 times 4.
Yeah. So 200 times 4, what do we get?
800.
Excellent. All right, so we got 200 times 4, 800. Okay. What else do we have? So we have 200 already, right? So that's 800. Now, 2 minus 0,
2.
good. 7 minus 0,
7.
okay. Now, how close can we get? Let's get some other friendly numbers in here.
It's okay if you don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know if you don't know, because then I'll help you out, okay? So here's what we should do. Let's make a box, like a think box, to help us out before you even get started with the problem.
Right.
Just like all
Right.
the 4 facts you know, right? We're going to make a little think box to help us as we're doing this. So think about when we make this box, we're going to just do 5s, 10, 100s, 200s, okay? So what's 4 times 5?
4 times 5 is 20.
Good. 4 times 10.
4 times 10 is 40.
Good. You see how these are pretty numbers? We could do 20. Give me 4 times 20.
Just do the distributive property. 4 and 2 is what?
4 and 2 is 8.
And then we can do bring the 0 over, so that's 80.
80.
Right?
Good. Okay. What about 4 times 100?
400.
Good. Okay. And 4 times 200.
800.
Good. Okay. So having this box is really going to help us so that as you're trying to get close to a number, it's going to like help you really get those numbers. Okay. So we have 72. Now we started with 4 times 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that already helped us get really close to that 872. So I'm going to check that off. We are good to go with that. All right. So 72. Oh, and it's more. 4 times 100 is 400. Okay. So would I choose 100, or is that going to be too much?
Too much.
Too much. Okay. What about 20? Is that going to be too much?
Too much.
Yeah. So how about 10?
Yes.
All right. So 4 times 10 is what?
40.
40. Okay. So I'm going to choose 10 and I get 40. All right. Let's subtract. 2 minus 0.
2.
2. 7 minus 4.
3.
Good. Let's keep going. I'm going to move this down. All right. What's next?
4 times 5.
Okay, so we can do 4 times 5. Excellent. So I'm going to put a 5 here, and 4 times 5 is
20.
20. All right, 2 minus 0,
2.
3 minus 2.
1.
All right, we're almost there. Now, ooh, that was too small. Okay, there we go. Now, 4 and 12. So what's 4 times 1?
4.
Okay, 4 times 2.
8.
Okay. Is there anything else that might get close to 12?
Yes, ma'am.
4 times 3 is?
12.
Awesome. Okay, so then we can do 3. All right, and we have no remainder. So add these all together. What is 5 plus 3?
8.
Good. And 0 plus 1?
1.
Good. And we bring down that 2. So your answer would be 218. You see that?
Yes.
All right. So let's do, I think what's really going to help you is having this think box here. We can come up with a fancier name for it. But all right. So let's do 385 divided by 5. So let's get our think box going. We're going to use 1s and 2s and 100s and 10s, just some pretty friendly numbers, okay? So start us off. Let's do 5 times 1, which is?
Wait, 5 times what?
5 times 1.
Oh, 5.
Good. All right, show me 5 times 2.
10.
Okay, 5 times 5.
25.
Good. 5 times 10.
50.
Okay. 5 times 100.
500.
Okay. 5 times 200.
1000.
Excellent. All right. So now we have our think box. This is really going to help us. Okay. So let's try to get as close to 300 as we possibly can. Now we probably could get a little bit closer. Maybe we can do so because 50 to 500 is really far away, right? So let's get another one in there. What about 5 times? What's in between 10 and 100? Give me a friendly number.
You tell us.
50.
Okay. 5 times 50. So do 5 times 5 and add the 0.
250.
Excellent. Okay. So let's start there. Okay. So which one is closest to 385?
5 times 50.
All right. So we're going to put a 50 here. And that 250. Okay. What's 5 minus 0?
5.
Awesome. 8 minus 5.
3.
Good. And 3 minus 2.
1.
Good. All right. So now, excellent job. Now we have 135. Okay. Get me close. Which one?
10 times 50.
Okay.
I mean, 10 times 5.
5
I
times.
got you. I knew what you meant. Okay. So 5 minus 0.
5.
Okay. 13 minus 5.
7.
Almost. Close.
8.
Good. Okay, so we have 8 here. Now, keep going. Give me another one. What's close to 85?
5 times 10.
Good. Okay, 5 times 10 is
50.
good. So let's keep going. 5 minus 0,
5.
8 minus 5.
3.
Okay, let's keep going. What's close to 35?
5 times 5.
Good. You see how our box is helping it's helping to make it a lot quicker?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I love that you call me ma'am. I'm from the north, so nobody says ma'am.
Oh no, they have to say it here.
I love it so much. Okay, so good. 5 times 5 is 25, and 5 minus 5 is
0.
and 3 minus 2.
1.
All right, bring us home.
5 times. 5 times 2.
Good. All right, and it goes in evenly. Nice. Okay, so we have 50, 10, 10, 5, and 2. All right, let me go a little bit down. Okay, let's add them all together. What is 5 plus 2?
5 plus 2 is 12. I mean, not 12, I mean 7.
You nervous? You nervous?
No, I said 10.
You are cracking me up tonight. I love it. What is 5 plus 1?
6.
Plus 1.
Hmm?
Plus 1.
Oh, 7.
Good. All right, and that's our answer. 77.
Can you give us just a minute to finish writing that one down?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
I'm trying to get him in the habit of when he's doing math, everything the teacher writes, you write.
Yes,
That's going to be crucial
absolutely.
to you understanding when you get home so you can have those notes.
Yes,
Bless you.
that is actually very important. That's great advice.
Take your time and write it neatly so you'll know. No sleepy numbers. Wake them up. Sit them up right.
Is this similar to what your teacher does?
Super similar.
Does she make like a box like we did, like a think box to help?
Well, my mom does.
Okay.
Yeah, the teacher sent a couple of links, but she ended up going back and reteaching division. She tried to give them partial quotients before actual doing division.
Uh-huh.
And I think the kids had a hard time grasping it. So I think after enough of the parents were like, they're just not getting it. Then she went back to division, and now she's going back over partial quotients, and it's seeming to go a little better now.
Gotcha. Yeah. You know, we weren't taught this way. It was like regular
I'm
division.
like, I told them, I said, listen, she's going to give you partial credit when you're doing these answers in class because that's not how we do it.
Not at all. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. All right, let me know when you guys are ready. I'll set up the next problem. So guess number 1, I see that you're finished.
Okay.
So tell me what answer you got. Put it in the chat for me. Okay. So let's do another. Okay, you good?
Yes.
All right. So let's do. I'm making these up off the top of my head, so I don't even know the answer. Okay, so here you go.
Take it down right.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's get as close as we possibly can. Okay, give me the whole equations for me. Guess number 1. All right, so again, let's get our think box going.
Draw your box.
Okay, so let's start with some easier ones and then get as close to 7-Eleven as we possibly can. Okay, so let's do. So start with easy. 3 times 1 is what?
3.
Good. 3 times 2.
6.
Good. 3 times 5.
15.
Good. 3 times 10. I don't know why
30.
my pen is doing this. 3 times 10.
30.
Good. All right. 3 times 100.
300.
Good. 3 times 200.
600.
Good. All right. So let's stop there. I mean, I think that's as friendly as we're going to get. Okay. So excellent job, guess number 1. You got it. So now tell me which one we're going to do.
3 times 200.
Okay. So we're going to do 200 on the outside.
Then
And
what was
3
she
times,
right? What was she right?
yeah. What is 3 times 200?
3 times 200 is 600.
600. Excellent. And 1 minus 0.
1 minus 0 is 1.
Okay. And 1 minus 0 again.
1.
And 7 minus 6.
1.
All right. So now let's get close to 111.
Hmm. Um, 10 times 30
Well,
Okay.
let's do 3 times.
equals to
Which is 10 times 3.
30.
Good. Okay. 1 minus 0.
1.
11 minus 3.
8.
Good. Okay. Keep going.
1. Wait, yeah. 3 times 30.
3 times 10.
I mean, yeah, I keep getting
It's
I
okay,
did.
calm
I
down.
did.
I know. I knew what you meant.
I need you to
You were looking at the 30 and that messed you up. I got you. Okay. 1 minus 0.
1 minus 0 is 1.
Okay. And 8 minus 3.
It's 5.
Okay. Let's keep going.
3 times 10.
Good. Which is
30.
excellent. All right. 1 minus 0.
1.
And 5 minus 3.
2.
Okay. Let's get closer. We have 21 now.
3 times 5.
Good. Okay. Now we have to do 21 minus 15. Let's borrow. What do you get?
6.
Good. And give me the last one.
0. 0.
Yes. Good. All right. Now let's add it all together. We have 200, 10, 10, 10, 5, and 2. All right. What is 5 plus 2?
6. I mean 7.
Okay. 1 plus 1 plus 1.
2. I mean 3.
Good. And bring down that 2. So we get 237. You see it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I'm going to leave this up here. Let me know when you are ready. For my guest number 1, I'm going to give you another problem while they're doing that, okay? So
Feeling better about it? So much better. I'm glad, kid.
all right. So is he done writing it down?
Yes,
Or-
ma'am.
Okay.
Keep up with her with writing it now, okay?
So I'm going to give you a problem. I'm going to switch to guest 1, and then I'm going to come back to you guys. So let's do Okay. How many times does 9 go into 135? So I want you to make your friendly box or what I call it, think box. It's your friend.
Maybe
And
break it down.
then we'll be right back. Okay. So you keep working on it, make your think box and do like 9 times 1, do the 2s, the 5s, the 10s, the 100s, all of those. Okay.
Okay.
All
Make it
right.
big
Be
so when
right
she
back.
comes back, she can see it. Okay.
All right. So, guess number 1. Can you tell me what the X's were again? Because I think you were close. I'm looking at my sheet now, and I see that I think I. Let me just remind me of the X's again.
2, 4, 6, 8, and 10.
Okay. And what were the Y's?
-4, -3, -1, 0.
-3. Wait, say it again.
-4, -3, -2, -1,
Okay.
and 0.
Gotcha. Okay. So tell me what your slope was.
My M,
Yeah.
2.
Okay. So tell me how you got that. What was the what did you notice with the X's?
They were adding 2.
Good. And what about the Y's?
Adding 1.
Okay. Now watch this. Is it Y over X or X over Y?
Y over X.
Okay. So what goes on top?
1,
What number?
1,
Good. And on the bottom?
2.
You see that? So your slope was actually 1/2. You put 2. Okay. So it was 1/2. You just be careful. So you had 2, you knew 2 and you knew 1. You just reversed the order. So it's Y over X. Now let's find that B. So give me a X, any X.
4.
Okay. So we're going to choose 4. All right. So 1/2 of 4. And what should the output be when I choose 4?
Negative
Negative what? You're muted.
-3.
Good. -3. All right. So now tell me what's half of 4.
2.
Good. All right. I have 2 plus B equals -3. Solve for B.
You subtract 2.
Good. All right. Let's bring down that B. And what does B equal?
-5.
Good. Okay, how do I write that? So I have Y equals 1/2 X, what?
Plus -5. I mean minus
What?
5.
Excellent. You see that? So let's see what would have happened if I plugged in 2. You had 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus -14. So always plug in a value. Okay. So to check your work, plug in a different number because that would have shown you that you were just off a little bit. Okay. So don't just use one value here, but also try another one. So let's try 6. What's half of 6?
3.
3. And 3 minus 5?
-2.
-2. You see how it does work for all of them? So always try more than one. Okay. I'm going to give you another one and then I'm going to return to guess 2 real quick. Okay. Y equals 1/3 X. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I want you to, all right, I got the answer here. And I'm going to write this on my paper. So I have this for you. All right, let me know when you have it on your paper. And then I want you to give me the equations. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. When you graph or you're looking at a graph and you have to write the equation, it's all the same thing. Okay.
Okay. I finished.
So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So we had what was it? 135? What was it? 9 into.
You want to hold it up? Let her see. Okay.
No, we can do this. It was 135, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. All righty. So what's my think box?
What do you have in your think box?
9 times 1 equals 9.
Good.
9 times 2 equals 18.
Good.
9 times 5 equals 45.
Good.
9 times 10 equals 90.
Mm-hmm.
9 times 20 equals 180.
Excellent. And we can stop here because we can see it'll be way over if we go any further. Okay. So tell me what you did.
First I use 9 times 10,
Good.
and I put 90 under 135.
Excellent.
I subtract 135 and 90, it got 45.
Nice. Keep going.
Then I use 9 times 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I put 45 under that other 45,
Mm-hmm.
and my answer was 0.
Good.
And my partials on the side were 10 and 5.
And equals what?
15.
Nice job. And how did that feel? Does it feel a lot easier, a lot better?
So much easier. Thank you.
That was the best reaction ever. I love it. Thank you. Okay, good. I'm going to give you one more just to make sure you're good to go. I won't hold you. So let's do
Get your pencil.
oh, we haven't done any with remainders, did we? Okay. Just so I can make sure you're good with remainders. Let me give you one with remainder. Okay. So do this one. I'm going to bring guest one back just because they have to go. So let me just see what answer they got. But write this down and I'll bring you back real quick. All right. Tell me the answer you got.
Y equals 1x plus -1.
Y equals 1x plus -1.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your slope?
1.
Okay. What was the what did you notice with the x's?
They were adding by 4.
Good. And the y's?
They were adding by 1.
Good. All right. What's the slope? Y over x. So what should it have been?
Oh,
You see it?
I put 1 over 1.
I see. Okay. You probably wrote that 4 too close together. Okay. So it should have been, I want you to see, I know you have to go, but as you go, see if you can get to this answer. Okay. 1/4 x plus 5. Okay. So see if you can, now that you know that m is 1/4, then see if you can figure out why b was plus 5. Okay.
Okay.
But great work today. I hope you ace that quiz tomorrow. I'm going to just message mom in a little bit just to give her one more problem from you, just to make sure you're good to go. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
All right. So we are back. You guys are doing amazing tonight. All right. So I just want to make sure you're good when there's a remainder, because I've been giving you some friendly numbers tonight. So sometimes there will be a remainder, and that is okay. All right. So my guess number 2. Are you done it? And are you ready to tell me what you did?
He's
Are you still working? It's fine.
Yeah, he's still working.
You're good. I'll take a water break. Okay.
So now if you guess an 89
Mhm.
is 10 times 50, so we're going to 10.
Good job.
Sign. And then we're going to write 10. So
Mhm.
we're going to say truth. 9, 6, 7, 8, 3.
Mhm.
And then go against 39 is
Mhm.
5 times 5.
Mhm.
That is 25. If we put the partial on the side, that's fine. This is 25 right here. One. Five times 10. Right here. Subtract. No, this is 4. Yeah, this is 0. Okay, so we got right
So that's the remainder. There you go. So now you gotta add them up somewhere.
Okay.
All right. Now you ready to talk?
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
All right. Tell me what you got.
So,
So let's start with our think box.
so the think box, I have 5 times 1, which
Mhm.
is 5.
Good.
5 times 2 equals 10.
Mhm.
And 5 times 5 equals 25.
Good.
5 times 10 equals 50.
Mhm.
5 times 20 equals 100.
Good.
5 times 30 equals 150.
Okay. Good. Did you go any further than that one?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, and that'll help us, right? So tell me what you started with.
I started off with 5 times 30
Good.
50. I put the 150 under two
39.
or 239,
Good.
and my answer was 89.
Good.
So then I went over to the side to the think box and used 5 times 10 equals 50.
Mhm.
So I put the 50 under 89,
Oh,
and
I
then
did
I
not.
then I subtract, and I got 39.
Mhm.
And then next I use 5 times 5 equals 25.
Mm-hmm.
So my answer to that was 14.
Mm-hmm.
Then I use 5 times 2 equals 10. Then I subtract that and I get 4. And I have a remainder of 4. And my partials were 30, 10, 5, and 2. And
Mhm.
my answer to those partials were 47.
Okay, so how do we say the whole answer?
The whole, wait, what do you mean like the whole? Oh,
Okay, so 47, and then what do we have left over?
remainder of 4.
Good. So when you write your answer, you're going to put 47, remainder 4.
Okay.
Okay, because you have 4 left over. Okay, if you had 0, then it's just 47. Okay, so that's the only thing you have to remember at the end, because you could get used to just adding all of these and then forgetting about that remainder. So you want to just make sure you include that at the end. But that was great. You did incredible. All right, so stay right here. I'm going to close this out. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that is our time. That's our show for today. I'm so proud of guest number 1 and guest number 2. They worked so hard. And as guest number 2 said, now it is so much easier. So hope you had a good time. And I will see you guys next week at 7:30 p.m. If you need homework help, click the link in the description of this video, submit your questions on the form, and then join me live. All right, I'll see you next week.